racing fans, and it's a warm welcome to our first show of Trackside, proudly brought to you by World Sports Betting for 2022, and hoping that it's going to be an awesome year, a year of your dreams, wherever you may be watching Trackside in the world. And on behalf of World Sports Betting, thanks to all their customers for their continued support, and wishing everybody a blessed, a joyous, and a profitable 2022. What's happening on Trackside this weekend? Well, it's a massive weekend for Cape Racing. Of course, Kenilworth, the double header. It's the Queen's Plate Festival, where they race on Friday and Saturday. And then we move over to Scottsville on Sunday. Please take note that, of course, this show is being recorded much earlier prior to the weekend. I said that it's a Queen's Plate Festival on Friday and Saturday. Well, Saturday will be gone when you're watching this. Should I say Friday will be gone when you're watching this, because we are doing Trackside for Saturday and Sunday. So we're looking at what I'll call is the main day of the Queen's Plate Festival on Saturday, and then moving along to Sunday at Scottsville. And it is always 4 to follow. And we're going to have 2 Trackside trebles up on the World Sports Betting. So away we go with those 4 horses for the weekend. And hopefully it is a flying start to 2022. We'll begin in race number 4 on Saturday. And it's going to be a bumper afternoon with massive pools expected. And this horse comes up in the first leg of the pick 6 that I think will reach a sizable pool. And he's the shortest price favorite of the card, and why not? I think rightfully so, because he represents the form. He's the new sprinter on the block and really starting to catch the eye now, a talented sort. His name is Real Gone Kid. He's an Australian import. He's trained by Brett Crawford, and the right man for the job, the guy that's won all 5 races on him, is no doubt Anton Marcus, who's having a wonderful time down in Cape Town with the feature race winners for respective trainers. And here he rides a Real Gone Kid. And when you look at his profile and the form that he represents, he's won over 1100 and he's won over 1200 meters. But I have no doubt that his best distance is 5 furlongs. It's 1000 meters, just the way he races. He jumps out of the starting gates. He shows so much of pace and speed that he just breaks the opposition in the first half of the race, and he just cruises down over the final 400 meters. And when I have a look at this field and I try to find the opposition that could take him on, the one thing that's clear is that there's no pace and speed with the balance of the 5 runners. Yes, it's a small field of just 6 that go to post, but there's no pace, there's no speed with the balance of the runners. And I just feel he'll jump out and he'll win his race in the first 3 furlongs and then cruise mode over the final 400 meters. He is rightfully a very short price favorite. He's going to be the banker in our trebles to come for the weekend, because he looks very hard to beat. And I can confidently say banker him in the pick 6 as well. So number 2, Real Gone Kid in race number 4 on Saturday at Kenilworth. And then we move along to race number 5. It's back-to-back here, races 4 and 5. And this is one of the features for the afternoon. It's a Group 2. It's a glorious Goodwood Premier Trophy. It's over 1800 meters. And there is lots of form to work around, but the one column that is a standout to point you in the right direction is the best weighted column. And here, Do It Again is well clear. In fact, he's 11 pounds clear from the next best in the weighted column, which is 5.5 kg. So he is no doubt the horse to beat. Well, when you look at his form, we know that he's given us some wonderful memories over the years. A dual Vodacom Durban July winner, number 1. And it's really nice to see him at the age of 6, still loving racing, enjoying competing, and of course, still in very good form as well. You'll never say he's a 7-year-old when you see him in the flesh. Still fresh legs for the son of twice over. And he showed his well-being in his first run back this season. What a run it was from him. He made a determined challenge to try and get past Rascallion from the Vaughan Marshall stable, but nevertheless, he was game in defeat. It was a courageous run. It was a good run from number 4, Do It Again. And I think this race, Justin Snaith had earmarked for him as one of the victories that he could bag over 1,800 meters. He loves the course as well. And of course, jockey Anton Marcus, he has a wonderful record on him. I know he's only won once on him, but that was arguably the main win for jockey Anton Marcus on Do It Again, because that win, which was back in 2019, gave Anton Marcus his 5th Vodacom Durban July, and no other jockey has won more than Anton Marcus. I know Del Pesh has got 4, Pierce Stratham has got 4, and Tiger Wright back in the day also got 4. So when Anton won and Do It Again, it actually made him the jockey that's got the most wins in Africa's premier horse racing event, which is the Vodacom Durban July. So Do It Again. Again, when you look at the field that he takes on, you'd expect him to be short in the betting. I had a look at, what price he'll be. And I think World Sports Betting got him around, between 8 and 9 to 10. That's where he's, up and down. You may even get even money come race time with Do It Again, especially if there's support for any other runner. But he looks the part against this type of field, and I'm hoping that he can bag another career win. That's race number 5, horse number 4, Do It Again. So those are our 2 runners on Saturday, and those 2 runners, I think you can banker in the exotics as well. And we're hoping for a flying start to Saturday, and then we wait for Scottsville on Sunday. And what I've found there for you will come up in race number 2. Now, this card looks tricky. There are races that look highly competitive, so I think you'll do well to try and catch the exotics on Saturday. But the runner that I found here in race number 2 is a horse called Beechamwood Boy. Wendy Whitehead will team up with Donovan Dillon. And this individual does represent some very good form over the sprint trip. Now, last time out when they tried him over 7 furlongs, the 1,400-meter trip at Scottsville, he was poorly drawn. And if you watch that replay, or you didn't watch the race, well, try and watch the replay, because he never got cover from the jump. He was 4 wide early in the race, and then he raced 3 wide throughout, around the turn into the straight, 3 wide with no cover, and going the distance for the first time. That was no help for him, and it was obvious to see that he was going to fall in a hole. He came up for air very early down the straight, and that was it. So you're going to have to ignore that run, or just draw a line to that run, because for me, he didn't have any run in the race. And from that wide draw, well, I'm not going to say he didn't steer out the distance, because I think in time, 1,400 meters from a good draw, I would say will be no problem for him. But he's back over 1,200 meters, and that's his best form. Of course, he's placed to Iron Bark, and he's placed to Gaudi's Masterpiece at his penultimate start. That day he was poorly drawn at Greyville, and he was closing in fast, but Gaudi's Masterpiece looked the part that day. He was the odds-on favorite from the Justin Snaith stable, but this horse did run on best of the rest. So he's back over 1,200 meters, and I suspect that against this field, there's just one horse that looks to be the danger, that represents some good form on paper, threatening to win again. And I'll give you the horse. The horse is The Brief, horse number 7. I think that is his only danger in the race. But I'm going to go on, the strength of his penultimate run behind Gaudi's Masterpiece, and hopefully down the straight at Scottsville suits him nicely. That's horse number 13, Beechamwood Boy. Then we move along to the feature on the day, and that comes up in race number 7, and it's the African Holly Handicap. It's over 1,000 meters. And there are some talented horses that take their place in the small field of 7. But I think the horse that does set the standard on what he's been racing against, it's a drop down in class for him, because you look at the average rating of this field, it's a 95. And this horse has been racing in handicaps with average ratings of 101, 108, 100. and he's holding his form very well. He is a three-time winner over the distance. From his 5 wins, 3 of them have been over the distance, 1 of them over the course and distance. And he gets on superbly well with jockey Keegan DeMello. Once, with no disrespect to the other jockeys that have partnered him in the past, but Keegan DeMello has struck up a fantastic relationship with this horse, number 4, Spider's Corner. And on his last start, you think he looks well held by Ishnana, horse number 7, but then you do the math and you have a look at the weight turnaround. Well, he's 5.5 kgs better off with the guard puller runner, who is a very talented sprinter, the 7-year-old number 7, Ishnana. But I think that 5.5 kg swing in the favor of Spider's Corner will be good enough to see him get the job done. So those are our 4 horses. How are we going to play it? Well, treble number 1 will be the 2 on Saturday at Kenilworth, which is going to be Real Gone Kid and Do It Again into Beechamwood Boy on Sunday at Scottsville. And then the second of those trebles, well, I'm sticking with those 2 horses at Kenilworth, Real Gone Kid and Do It Again, and we play those 2 into Spider's Corner on Sunday at Scottsville. And those trebles will be up on the World Sports Betting menu. What else is happening on World Sports Betting? Well, before I came on the show, I actually went onto the website and I saw some exciting bets there. And of course, there is the anti-post betting market for the big one, the huge one in Cape Town, now sponsored by World Sports Betting. It's the Cape Town Met. And I'll just give you a guide with regards to pricing up there. Linebacker is at 7-2. Rainbow Bridge is at 5-1. Comet Deng is at 6-1. Do It Again at 7-1. Jet Dark is at 9-1. And the recent World Sports Betting Group 1 Guineas winner that was tipped on this show is at 9-1 for the World Sports Betting Met that will come up, in a month's time. Let's call it a month's time, or towards the end of the month. And then what else is happening? Anti-post for the Cape Flying Championship, I see, is up. Wow, that was out yesterday, wasn't it? The fields, I say yesterday because we're recording the show on Friday. But the betting is out, and how are they pricing up there? Well, it looks like an overwhelming favorite in Rio Carrari at 15-10. Looks the right horse at the weight. Say is the class package in the race. Real Gone Kid, well, he races on Saturday, and he's a short price favorite. I think if he wins and wins well there, he'll no doubt shorten because he's priced up at 4-1. Casimir at 8-1. Hello Winter Hello at 10-1. Captain Fontaine at 10-1, and it's 10-1 bar. But there are some very exciting bets that I saw here on the website. Let me go to that. Premier's Trophy on Saturday into the World Sports Betting Met. That's the double. Obviously, they're going to put up one horse. Yes, they will. It's Do It Again to win the Premier's Trophy on Saturday, and to Do It Again to win the Met, and they got that up at 11-1. And then for those that fancy their chances with their horse in the Met, they'll be looking to try and take a double, the Queen's Plate, into the World Sports Betting Met. And there's some fantastic odds on offer here. Let's go to them. They got 2 for 5 runners on offer. Linebacker to win the double, 13-1. Rainbow Bridge to win the double, 18-1. Comet Deng to win the double at 28-1. If you're a Warrior fan, he's the unexposed horse in the Queen's Plate. Well, that double for the Queen's Plate and the World Sports Betting Met will be 45-1. And then Jet Dark to win them both, 55-1. So World Sports Betting bringing you more on their betting menu. Well, all that's left for me to say, guys, racing fans, I trust that you're going to have a wonderful weekend watching racing, punting racing, and hopefully it turns out to be a profitable weekend for you as well. And on behalf of the sponsor, World Sports Betting, thanks to all the punters, but more importantly and more especially, thanks to you, the valued customer. Until next weekend, from the team at Trackside, you take care. Salani Garshley.